If your community is your passion, you do anything to see it fly high. And for that, you need to prepare diligently for the takeoff. Hi guys, once again, welcome to another video of Community Building 101. Damn, you really like us, don't you? In this video, I'll be giving you a secret recipe to grow your own community and boost the engagement number quickly. Let me begin this video by talking about the chicken or egg problem. If your community is in the early stages, then you're probably frustrated with low engagement or the chicken or egg problem. Before the vegans leave this chat, I'll definitely not be talking about which add-ons you need for a scrumptious burger. The chicken or egg problem refers to the problem of getting enough critical mass to trigger a positive feedback loop. In simple terms, it means the obstacle of getting enough people on board to help your community take off. But wait, here's the catch. If people on a network produce the majority of value for other users, how do you get the first users to join? The question's tricky, so is the answer. Honestly, it will take over 9 months from that cold start to gain traction in a community. If you expect results overnight, you'll give up far too easily. After all, community building is a long-term commitment. The first 5 to 10 members of your community are founding members and the people who give a damn about your community. They form the healthy layer of connective tissue between your brand and community. The next 10 members are the extension of your founding team. One difference between your founding team and these super users is that they take the role of a consumer rather than a curator. All that is good, but the problem starts when you have to find users beyond the first 20 community members. So, let's start simple. The easiest way to find early community members is to use existing data. As a business, you're bound to have access to email addresses of customers. So use them! Draft a simple outbound email campaign to your existing subscriber base. Talk about your online community to check if people are interested in becoming part of it. Create an application process and add interested members into a wait list. And if enough people engage with your email campaign, you know you're onto something. Secondly, you need to make sure that your onboarding experience is high touch. This is especially important with your first 10 members. When Paul Graham talks about doing things that don't scale, like Airbnb did in the early days, this is what he means. From a product lens, it means doubling down on improving features for your biggest fans. Now, it's time for me to give you a piece of advice that's a tough pill to swallow for many founders. Sometimes you have to do things that aren't scalable in terms of personal outreach and relationship building. Relationships are important in the community, so don't neglect them. Another tip I have for you is to seek out testimonials. You have to build hype at the start of your community by showing testimonials. You need to constantly work on building momentum before the launch. You can create an intentional bottleneck to pull together everyone that's interested, because it's no lie that people want to see other people. So create artificial scarcity. Onboard members in cohorts rather than individuals. Let's not forget the X factor. But before your imagination goes wild, let me clarify that I don't mean the X Factor reality show, although I am a huge fan. In terms of community, X Factor refers to that one element of stickiness that discourages your community members from switching to a similar offering. So, how can you find your community X Factor? There are many ways to do that. One of the best ideas is to be specific to who you're building for and set yourself away from the crowd. Define who your community is for, and even more importantly, who it's not for. Unfortunately, many communities fail to adhere to this principle. They might start with an exclusive community where members pour their hearts out. But before long, you have a bunch of people who reduce the quality of the discussion. Over time, you end up losing the burning hot ember of what makes your community special. This happens because your original members believe that there is no longer a place for honest conversations. So you need to be very disciplined about who makes it in and who you need to kindly turn down. This focus on members' standards might put an upper limit on your membership, but the trade-off is to get higher quality conversations, and that's worth it. Remember, one piece of advice from my side: value derived is uncompromisable. If P2P interaction in the community are healthy, the N+1 member has more to gain from joining the community than the nth did. But before network effects, NFX, kicks in, you need to create a valuable single-player experience in your community. Let me explain with the example of a well-known name, LinkedIn. For those who don't know, it's a social platform with strong network effects. But in the early days, before the NFX kicked in, the platform was being used for reference CVs. Users found value in being able to share their own work profiles and scroll through that of their contemporaries. This provided early users enough reason to come back every day. Soon enough, conversations and connections will begin sparking. This eventually created a multiplayer experience from a coalition of single players.